Welcome to the 78th episode of the Super Parent Syndrome, and I am your host, Dr. Nick Fanning. Sit back and relax. Let's talk about goals. Let's talk about finish lines. Yeah, we're going to talk about finish lines. Sit back and relax.
Parenting in the 21st century is ever evolving, and while you balance work, kids, and your sanity, it's easy to feel discouraged. Welcome to the Super Parent Syndrome with your host, Dr. Nick Fanning.
So I guess the reason why I shifted the last second is that when we talk about finish lines versus goals, here's the thing. Just the other day, I was at my daughter's track meet, and they had to do a 100-meter dash. And so she's in kindergarten, and I think it's actually more like 60 meters, but at the same time, who's counting? Now, here's the thing. All of them, as they got closer and closer to the finish line, they slowed down almost to a stop because they didn't want to break the yellow barrier. They were like, what do we do? How do we do this? And so what came down to the fact is that I think that we do this as a whole, as people, is that we set this goal. And as we get, first we're just going hard and heavy at this target. We're putting everything we have into it. And then as we get close to actually achieving this goal, do we sprint through that goal? I mean, are we just charging through with the same amount of energy and intensity through that goal? Or are we kind of like slow down just to get to at that goal? And I have to tell you, I think, is my opinions, that we tiptoe to the line instead of busting through. Just like we would in a foot race, just like we would in a touchdown, like it was a football field. Instead of breaking through the barrier with all our might and all the speed, we slow down to it. And you'll see this in kids especially. Now, when we get to the high school level or into the college level, they start to understand that the best part is, of course, just to push right through it. But, we do this as children as you can see any kind of race where the last few steps is them kind of coasting to a stop. And they may stop a step or two behind it, but at the same time, they've already kind of quit the acceleration phase. They've already quit pushing it as hard as they can. They kind of coast through that finish line. And I think as we age, as we lose that competitive edge, as we get away from sports, we lose that. And so we apply that to things such as income or a new body weight or having, so much of a good habit. We just kind of coast to that edge instead of pushing through it. And I think that robs us, but it also robs the world of just so much of what could be. And so I'm telling you is that the last 10%, the last 5%, I want you to start pushing through it. So the question I'm asking you is that where in your life, across your body, your spirituality, your relationships, and your work, what are you coasting to a stop instead of pushing and powering right all the way through? It could be something little, it could be something big. But in regards, I want you to write this down and really take a look at it, because I have a feeling that that's where we're losing our gas. That's where we start with a great goal and we quit before we're done, where we finish before we're done because we lose that gumption, we lose that competitive edge, and we stop short. And what could have been like maybe setting a goal of earning $45,000 in a year through sales or something like that, we stop at 44, or maybe we reach that 45. But what could have happened is 50 or 52 if we had continued attacking at the same rate. See, this kind of premise won't just show in one area of our life, but multiple areas. And so that's why I implore you, dear listener, is to take a look and figure out where you're coasting to a stop before your goals. Because I have a feeling that if you actually took a look at it, you might be able to power through a lot more things and have that much more success. So that was the lesson I got from my daughter's track meet. I hope it serves you well. And this is Dr. Nick Fanning, signing off.
Thanks for listening to another episode of the Super Parent Syndrome. Please be sure to visit peptalksforparents.com for more content and our free newsletter. And remember, you are not alone.